Why stop with combining Han Solo with Indiana Jones? Let's just throw all of Harrison Ford's roles into there. Let's throw in a little bit of Dr. Richard Kimball and a little bit of Rick Deckard. Welcome to Star Joes. I'm your host Ryan, and today we're going to be covering Star Wars Dr. Aphra #1 by Marvel Comics. Now, Star Wars Dr. Aphra #1 is written by Kieran Gillen, and the art is by Kev Walker. There's also a backup story in the issue, which is also written by Kieran Gillen, and the art is by Salvador Larroca, who was the artist on the Darth Vader series that you just recently heard me talk about. Now, when it comes to Dr. Aphra, she's a brand new character. She has not been seen before in movies or books or anything else. The only place you would have seen her before is in the Darth Vader series. Now, that's the one thing that I have to give a huge compliment when it comes to Marvel Comics taking over the Star Wars universe. The big thing that I was afraid of was, unlike Dark Horse, that Marvel might not be willing to give unique characters or original characters that they've created their own series or their own miniseries. But that's just not the case. Now, when it comes to Dark Horse, they did it all the time, and that was one of the things that made the Dark Horse comics so great when it came to Star Wars, was they would take brand new eras and brand new characters and give them miniseries and ongoing series and whole story arcs going on about them to really flesh them out. In the Darth Vader series, we got this character, Dr. Aphra, along with her droid counterparts, 000 and BT-1. These were characters that really resonated with fans, and Marvel recognized that and said, you know what, we're not even going to do a mini series with these characters, we're going to do a whole ongoing series. Now, to be fair, I think what Marvel was looking to do is they were looking for some way to be able to tell Han Solo style stories without using the Han Solo character. Han Solo is being used in the main Star Wars series, so to do a whole series of him doing solo adventures, no pun intended, just really didn't make a whole lot of sense. So they actually created this character who is more of the Han Solo from the early smuggler days. Dr. Aphra is really a combination of Indiana Jones meets Han Solo. You have the archaeologist that she is traveling around to find different artifacts, but unlike Indiana Jones, she's not looking to get these artifacts to put them in a museum or where they belong. She's really looking to make a buck off of them. So in a lot of respects, she's a lot like the Belloc character from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And she's probably like the Belloc character from Raiders of the Lost Ark in more ways than one. In fact, Kieran Gillen probably pulled inspiration for that character for the beginning of this first issue. At the beginning of the issue, you actually have an archaeologist character going into a cave and getting an idol and escaping just barely, only to have that idol taken away from him. But this time you have the Indiana Jones character actually taking the idol for their own personal gain. This opening scene really tells you all you need to know about Dr. Aphra. This is not a good character, but it's a character you still root for in the end. A lot happens throughout the issue. She really is the doppelganger in Indiana Jones character, the doppelganger Han Solo character, in more ways than one. You also have a couple droids that accompany her. One is 000. 000, in all intents and purposes, is essentially C-3PO. However, he's C-3PO in all the ways I always dementedly wanted C-3PO to be. He really is the dark version of C-3PO. In fact, I can only picture Anthony Daniels' voice when I'm actually reading the lines in the issue. Where C-3PO was created for etiquette and protocol, 000 was created for torture and really maiming and dismembering and dissecting. It's really a dark humor, and you can't help but laugh when you're reading the issue of some of the off-the-wall things that he says. Now you have his counterpart, who is really the opposite in some ways to R2-D2. R2-D2 is cocky and sarcastic, and BT-1 is kind of the same way, but BT-1 really just wants to blow things up. He's got a full arsenal of equipment stashed away, much like R2 had a whole bunch of like Swiss Army knife gadgets stashed away in him. And what Han Solo character would be complete without a Wookiee counterpart? Now, in this case, that Wookiee counterpart is a bounty hunter named Black Krrsantan. Black Krrsantan? I don't know how to pronounce it. Uh, Marvel did me absolutely no help whatsoever in creating this character. I'm going to put the name of the character right here. You guys can pronounce it any way you want. I don't know what ever happened to just naming a character like Chewbacca, which makes it easy to pronounce. Although I have to say, I'm glad they didn't go with a character named like Lobaka, which was something in the past for Star Wars. But yeah, when it comes to Black Chrysanthemum, he is a bounty hunter who Dr. Aphra owes a lot of money to. So unlike Chewie, where he owed a life debt to Han, Dr. Aphra actually owes just a lot of money to Black Chrysanthemum, and because of this, Black Chrysanthemum's sticking around to make sure he gets his money back. It's a really cool twist on the characters that we know and have always loved, and it's why this series works so well. It's familiar, but it's different. Now, also, what exploration team would be complete without their own ship? And here again is where the Indiana Jones influence, I think, plays a little bit of a factor. The ship that Dr. Aphra travels around in is called the Archangel. We got Raiders of the Lost Ark, we got the Archangel. Again, I think it's a nice little nod to that other Harrison Ford character that we all know and love. When it comes to the story, what we have going on for Dr. Aphra is she is looking to unload a really rare piece, but now she finds that her credentials as an archaeologist have actually been wiped clean. And it's very interesting in the end who has actually wiped these clean and the reasons behind it. Now, when it comes to the art, it's pretty good. It's not my favorite art that I've seen so far. In fact, I kind of miss and got used to Salvador Larroca doing the art throughout the entire Vader series. Kev Walker definitely does a great job. It's just not my favorite style. It's a little bit of a blend of maybe a little bit of Salvador Larroca and a little bit of John Romita Jr. actually. And if you can imagine combining those two together, it's kind of what you see here. Now, the writing itself is still spot on. I really enjoy what Kieran Gillen is doing. He created these characters and really has brought the characters to life for all of us. The backup story that we see is actually Dr. Aphra in her early days in school, and we find out that there's hints of who this character was way back then as well. And I'll actually say that even though it's not as great as the Darth Vader series was, it's still something worth buying and worth reading. So I'm going to actually give the Dr. Aphra #1 the Honor of Grayskull rating. If you're someone that read the Darth Vader series, then I think you absolutely owe it to yourself to go and pick up Dr. Aphra #1. And #2 is already out as well. It's a series that I think you'll really enjoy, especially if you really enjoyed these characters in the Darth Vader series. It's written by the same creator. The backup story is still done by, the art is still done by Salvador Larroca, so you're going to enjoy that as well. And like I said, Kev Walker does a really great job overall throughout the entire series. So did you read Dr. Aphra, and what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what expanded universe character was your favorite, whether it be from the Dark Horse series that were done in the past, or if it was from the Del Rey books. Let me know what character that never appeared in the movies was one of your favorite expanded universe characters. I really love hearing the different eras and the different characters that people really enjoyed reading over the years. Now, in the videos ahead, I'll be covering a variety of different titles. I know that there's been a lot of stuff that's come out that's been related to this channel. I'm going to be getting caught up in a lot of that. I'm going to be continuing the journey down the Revolution series from IDW, as well as sprinkling in a few things here and there that I think you guys will really enjoy. But with that, we'll go ahead and close this episode by saying the Force will be with you, because knowing us is half the battle. Take care, guys.